This is my first time meeting Shu in person, and it was really funny. When I met Shu at the airport and I picked him up, we sat and we got coffee together, and we sort of chatted in person for the first time. And I didn't really realize, we just sort of got into some random conversation topics. I started talking about random bullshit, and I realized that I had gotten onto the topic of monkeys before very long. We had gotten into the topic of monkeys, and I realized Shu has never met me in person before, and his first experience with me is me sitting him down in a coffee shop, and within 10 minutes of arriving in the country, I'm trying to tell him random facts about chimps.
I learned monkey facts the moment I landed.
Okay, another really interesting question that I just saw on the hashtag. Have you taken the boys to Spoons yet? So Shu arrived first, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to take you to Spoons. And so we hopped on the train, and I was literally just like looking around, like where can we get off really nearby that has a Spoons? Found a place, hopped off, took a little walk, went to Spoons, and I think Shu was really like confused by how British it actually was. He was stood by the door and was waiting like, do we have to wait to be seated? And I was like, no, we just sit down. Okay, it seems that a lot of people in chat don't know what Spoons is. So Spoons, it's essentially a chain of pubs that you can order with an app. So no need to socialize. Just go in, pay a tiny amount of money, and get drunk with the lads. And so me and Shu went there. I had a drink, we shared a bowl of chips, and we got to bond for a while. So yes, I've taken one of the boys to Spoons.
I tried lemonade that was carbonated for the first time.
I didn't know carbonated lemonade is weird. For us, lemonade is basically just Sprite.
Any Americans in chat? Carbonated lemonade.
Carbonate.
Oh, look at that. They're saying what? They're saying what? What?
Yeah, carbonated. That's just normal over here. You get lemonade and it's carbonated.
It's not lemonade, it's carbonade.
What? Is that a joke?
What? It feels like a convenient term.
Wait, that's the thing? Like carbonade?
Carbonade.
I literally made it up just now.
Oh!
I'm Googling it. That must be a thing. Carbonade. Flemish stew? What kind of Flemish stew? Carbonade?
I thought I got a drink, I got stew.
Shu?
Oh my gosh.
Stew Yamino.
Stew Yamino.
Lemonade that you guys have.
I need to drag you guys along to Sweden so we can go to Swedish Subway where they have lingonberry drinks, and it is so good.
Could you tell me, describe to me the flavor of a lingonberry?
It's, I can't. It's just lingonberries.
So I should go to
Are they like sour? Are they sweet?
It's not really on the sweet side. You know, sometimes when you like pick berries in the woods and you're just like, oh, berries. Like I like jam and whatnot. And you pop it in your mouth. It doesn't really. For example, like if you're picking blueberries and you eat like straight up raw blueberries.
Oh, it's like a very strong flavor.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't have that like sugary sweetness to it, but it's still very, very refreshing.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
If you go to IKEA, they'll have it.
Lingonberry.
Yeah, that's the problem. Whenever I try to bring Swedish souvenirs to anybody anywhere, it's entirely pointless because IKEA is already selling it.
Oh, you got a souvenir from IKEA. Thanks.
Thanks from IKEA. Wow, how considerate.
It's from one Ike. that Ike happens to be Ike. IKEA.
Okay. Honestly, it felt a little like uncanny is the word, but like you understand everything, but this like you understand the language, but everything's so culturally different. It felt really weird.
Yeah, I remember when I went to the Weatherspoons with Shu, as we were walking out, there were these dudes who were sat on a table and they had these really thick Irish accents, and they were like, oh, you don't fucking care about any of that, mate. And she was like, what are they? I know it's English, but what are they actually saying? Like, it feels so different.
Yeah, and the other day, like when we went to the restaurant, the waiter was like, the loo, and I was like,
I know that.
Right.
It's like, yes, sir, the loo is often this way. It's like, what is? Excuse me, what is a loo?
Yeah. It took me a second. I was like, yes, I want to go to the loo. You gotta remember when you're.
Just to let you guys know, we went to a really bougie restaurant for dinner last night, and we had a load of different stuff. These two shared a steak. A giant steak.
Yeah.
And it looked rare. And then when they bit into it, I thought like, wow, they haven't really done a good job with that steak. And then they actually ate it and they were like, oh, it's perfect.
Yeah, we asked for medium, and when they cut it up, we just looked at how red it was on the inside. It looked pretty freaking raw. Like I half expected Gordon Ramsay to come through the door. But when we actually sliced it up and bit into it, it was it was so good. But we had to fight to get through that. It was so filling. Speaking of sorcery, I'm like, Shu has been pulling some magic every single time that we go through the tube here. Because he will wave his hand, and I don't know how he does it, but magically all the doors on the train. So what happened, we were gonna get on the tube, and for whatever reason, people were just taking their sweet time. There was this one person with a stroller that just, for whatever reason, thought they had all the time in the world, and Shu manages to get it on. So I actually step forward, and I think that I still have, you know, I haven't heard any voice saying doors closing or anything like that. But I don't know, and these doors, they close fast. So all of a sudden, the doors just come in right as I'm in the opening, and my hand just gets stuck in the doors of the tube, and my foot gets stuck in the because there's two doors. One for that just separates the crowd from the tracks, and one for the actual like train cars themselves. So part of me just thought that I can stay here. Surely some sort of emergency mechanism will kick in and open the door so I can step on and be with my boy. But part of me is just like, what if there isn't? And I just get dragged along with my hand stuck in the thing. And so I just decided, nope. Not taking that chance, and just yoinked my hand out and like stepped back, and me and Shu just locked eyes right in between these doors with these windows, and Shu just looks at me in a confused state, just like holds up two fingers and mouths two stops. and it took me, because I didn't realize what he was doing at first. I thought he was taking the piss and was just like, peace, and was gonna leave me.
Also, I need to remind you guys, these two fingers, right, like, look how I'm holding this up. That peace sign to everybody, right? This, in the UK, is the equivalent of a middle finger.
Yeah, I know.
I go in the train, I leave my friend behind, and I'm flipping them off inside the train.
They're just like, sucker!
Yeah, right, like, whoa. That's like the most toxic.
And then I just log on to Discord to see what Shu is writing, and he's just writing in a group chat in all caps, I missed the train. And they're just laughing at me, and I just wrote, I'm so angry. Like I was shaking, I was typing, I was so pissed.
I remember I checked our group chat, I saw that and I was like, oh. I didn't realize how that could have happened. You can definitely open them. Like, if they close on you, you can just be like, and just sign. Alright, listen, this man is a novelist and he needs those hands to write with, so he's not risking it.
I can always use just voice to text.